James Havens was convicted of first-degree murder for shooting and killing his then-wife Brenda Reddick in 2007. He had no prior convictions and has served 17 years in prison. Now, at 72 years old and terminally ill, his daughters are fighting for the man they say is a good man who made some bad choices.
We are talking about a man who cannot even turn himself in bed. He has to be turned by medical personnel every 2 hours, which that's a lot of care for someone who is in prison.
James Havens' daughters and attorneys believe he deserves the compassion of dying at home, but victims' advocates disagree.
I can't imagine what the daughters of Mr. Haven are feeling. And I empathize with that. I do. I can't imagine having to fight for my parent like that. However, when Mr. Haven decided to take the life of Brenda, and not only her, but her dog, he gave up that right, in my opinion, to choose how he gets to leave this world.
In 2021, state legislators created a path to release for inmates like James Havens, the expansion of medical parole. It was meant to also provide some relief for taxpayers. According to records obtained through the Freedom of Information Act, the Department of Corrections has paid nearly $63,000 to care for James Havens just since last August, nearly $7,000 every month.
The daily cost for the care that he needs is huge, and we're willing to take that burden on.
The Oklahoma Department of Corrections' overall cost for medical care, payroll, and operations in 2024, almost $128 million, a number that has surprisingly gone up since that bill passed 4 years ago. Havens' attorneys say a lengthy approval process may be to blame.
So it's had the direct opposite effect as what it was supposed to. And now we have this cumbersome 8-step bureaucratic process that goes through the Department of Corrections before it ever reaches the ears of the Pardon and Parole Board.
Havens' counsel says it took months to hear anything about their request for a medical release.
Despite the fact we are now fighting for Mr. Havens' constitutional rights and our access to him, it's important we don't lose sight at any point here that this is a human being. All he's asking for is some mercy and some grace, and to be able to pass away in the presence of his family.
The DOC has now denied that request, saying Havens remains a risk to the community, and it's a matter of public safety, not finances. Every year since the medical parole expansion bill has gone into effect, fewer and fewer inmates have been approved. With little time left to live, Havens' chances of release look grim. Even so, his daughters are holding on to hope.
We are literally begging for reconsideration for compassionate release.
And Havens' attorneys are still fighting for his release. They have a hearing with the Oklahoma Supreme Court on June 9th. Jordan Ryan, KOCO 5 News.